The dogs and I are going to do some urban exploration today. We are in the capital of Washington. We're in Olympia, and in fact, I'm actually looking at the Capitol building. We're going to start here in Heritage Park, walk around a lake, and actually I think it's more of an estuary. Then we're going to wind up the hillside to the state capitol. I'm hoping to see cherry blossoms, and there's an interesting tree I'm going to be looking for. We're parked here at Heritage Park. In front of us is the aptly named Capitol Lake, and we'll get you over there to show you a view of the Capitol. There it is. It's a beautiful Capitol, and it has an excellent tour. If you live in Washington and haven't done this tour yet, I highly recommend it. Really informational and fascinating, some of the history of how this building was designed and built. For thousands of years, the Olympia area was home to the Squaxin and other Coast Salish tribes. The city of Olympia was incorporated in 1859 and is the 24th largest city in the state of Washington. There's some ducks and some crows. I don't think that's a wild duck species, unless it's a mallard cross. We're gonna go up on this little hill right here and check it out. I think this is just a nice place to sit and look at the Capitol. What's it say here? Washington counties celebrate the Millennium Time Capsule buried. Oh, there's a time capsule buried here to be opened in 2051. Neat. Sorry, this is what I'm reading. They need to maybe re-engrave it. Depending on the light, it's really hard to see. So the Capitol Lake is actually Deschutes estuary. So they're going to try managing it as an estuary again. And I'm not sure if that's already underway or if it's a future plan. I'll have to read more about that. But I love things being restored to the way that they're supposed to function. Sorry, traffic's really loud. I'm going to go close to the road right here. The dogs want to go check it out up there. Are we checking it out up here? All right, fine. Sometimes they get to dictate where we're going. So this is what I'm looking at here, and I can hear water rushing through. Yeah, it's talking about restoring it and what estuary construction will look like. So this is an actual dam, and they're going to remove the dam. It's expected to take up to 8 years. It doesn't say when they're going to start. So I was just looking at the Capitol, and then I turned more to the left. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Mount Rainier. I started way over there, came around this edge of the lake. I'm looking at the Capitol again right here, and then there's this building here. This building burns natural gas to produce steam for heating and hot water for the Capitol campus. The Oregon grape is blooming. That's really pretty. Now we are entering Marathon Park, which is the other place I thought about parking. It's probably a little bit of a safer parking lot. It has a bathroom. This looks like a nice place to go kayaking. Although there's a railroad track right here too. So this park is called Marathon Park to commemorate the U.S. Women's Olympic Marathon Trials, which took place in May 1984. So they ran 26.2 miles on roads throughout Thurston County. And let's see, the top three finishers went on to represent the United States at the 23rd Olympiad in Los Angeles. It's the first ever Olympic Games to include a women's marathon. About to go over this really cool bridge back into Heritage Park. Daffodils growing in the middle of the water. The trail's wider here, and then there's like crushed gravel trail that's over there closer to the lake. So we're gonna turn across the railroad tracks and start winding up to the Capitol. These are live railroad tracks. You're supposed to watch for trains. Here we go. What a pleasant day. Birds are singing. It's a beautiful day. And it's a Friday. I have the day off. So I could be sitting at my desk working. But I'm out and about and it feels so good. Still going up the hill. A nice view from up here of the water. There was actually a contest in 1911 to design the Washington State Capitol, and the winners were Harry White and Walter Wilder, and they based it off architectural styles of the temples of ancient Greece and Rome. And you can definitely see that. When I first came up the trail, I was looking at this bigger rectangular building, and this is called the Temple of Justice. And there is the Capitol building. Beautiful. We're walking along the Temple of Justice here on the right. We'll just get some more shots of this. That's the legislative building. And we've got leaf blowers, because what would any American attraction be without gas-guzzling leaf blowers? Look at all those pillars. It's so cool. Legislative building has the tallest masonry dome in North America and the 5th tallest in the world at 287 feet. Alright, let's go see if we can find the fountain and the special tree. So the gardens here are pretty extensive on the grounds, and here are some beautiful camellias. All different colors of camellia. White, pink. Ooh, I have never ever seen a variegated camellia. Look at that. That's incredible. And here's some magnolias. I'd really love a magnolia tree someday. I like these. They're also called a tulip tree. I see the cherry trees blooming. They are so pretty. This fence here said no trespassing, so we can't go in there. It's probably the governor's mansion or something. Oh my gosh, it's just stunning. Look at all those cherry blossoms. So beautiful. We can't go there. Oh, it is. There's the governor's mansion, in case I had any doubts. And this is the John L. O'Brien building, public health building. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't miss this. I've never come down here for the cherry blossoms before. I think I read last weekend was their peak weekend, so I thought maybe they would all blow off, but they're not. Wow, this is so pretty. Just beautiful. I think it'd be crazy on a weekend. Here is a sundial in front of the Capitol, in front of the cherry trees. It's pretty neat. The building took 6 years to build, completing in 1928. The exterior sandstone was actually quarried from Wilkeson, where I did the coke oven video. Sorry, they're doing construction over there on that building. But we are over here on our way to the special tree, and we're taking a stop here at the Veterans Memorial. There are over 1,000 names listed here of the men and women of Washington State who either died or remain missing in action from the Vietnam War. There's the fountain. You can just see it through the trees there. We'll go check it out in a minute. But I think the tree I'm looking for is over here. Let's go see if it has a plaque. There she is. This is a Douglas fir, one of the most common trees in Western Washington, but this is a super special Douglas fir. It is also called the moon tree. It was grown from a seed that was actually carried to the moon and back on Apollo 14 by astronaut Stuart Roosa, the pilot of the command module Kitty Hawk. It was planted in April 1976. That's really cool. So this tree started from a seed that went to the moon, and I guess on those Apollo missions they sent many seeds, Douglas fir seeds, to the moon, and there were 50 planted, one in each state. I don't know if they're all planted at the capitals, but this tree just standing on this corner by the Capitol is a moon tree. Look at this cool gnarly willow. All right, and there's the Tivoli fountain. All right, there's a statue up here we're gonna take a look at. We're gonna wander back down to our trail and wrap up this visit to Olympia and the Capitol. I think there's more and more people showing up as the day gets later. There's the Medal of Honor recipients. Dedicated to World War I veterans, Winged Victory is surrounded by a soldier, a sailor, a Marine, and a Red Cross nurse. All right, we visited the cherry blossoms one last time, and now we're gonna head back to the car. I will show you if I see anything else interesting. We're just about to wind back down the slope. And instead of going back around the lake the way we came, we're just gonna cut this shorter way because we're closer to where we parked. We took the long way to the Capitol. That'll make it kind of a nice little loop. Couldn't have asked for better weather. The Pacific Northwest, ladies and gentlemen, not always raining. So each county, I think, of Washington is represented on one of these little raised parts of the walkway around this Capitol Lake. There's Grant County. I should have been paying attention. I would like to see Snohomish County. There's Grays Harbor County. That's where we were last weekend. So walking around Heritage and Marathon Parks, up the hill and around the Capitol campus for a while and back to the car, we did 3.8 miles and we did 150 feet of elevation gain, which was pretty much just that hill up to the Capitol. Really nice walk, just a gorgeous day for it. I don't love urban exploration as much as I love wilderness exploration, but I've always wanted to come see the Capitol when the cherries are blooming, and I am so stoked that I did. And then learning about that moon tree and getting to see it, that was definitely an added bonus. Come down to Olympia very often, so the dogs and I are making another stop at the old Olympia brewery area at Brewery Park, and we're going to look at Tumwater Falls. Nice little park here, lots of picnic areas, scenic trails, waterfalls, and here we go. I don't think this is the time of year for it, but they have a fish ladder with these big viewing windows, so we're going to go check these out and just look underwater. It's just fun to look underwater anyway. Looking kind of murky. Oh, it's mostly reflection. You can see more reflection than you can inside the water. Wow. That's incredible. Well, doesn't that just sum Washington up? Hydropower, salmon, and beer.